Hey guys, what's going on? Joel Tavares here. You're watching DualShockers TV on DualShockers.com. I'm here with Mark Religioso, the brand manager for Bandai Namco.
Yes.
And we just had a chance to check out some Tekken 7 Faded Retribution. We spoke offline a little bit and kind of just caught up on the title and what's been going on. You guys recently had some big announcements at EVO.
Ooh, yeah. EVO was an extremely hype moment for us, obviously with all the tournaments that are happening, but we also announced 2 new characters. So Bob is making his way back to Tekken 7, as well as Master Raven. And it's actually a female this time, so super exciting news. A lot of the kind of core fan base is hyped, and it's just a good time to be a Tekken fan in general.
And one of the things that we spoke about, you know, we not only did we touch on Tekken as a franchise and its historical, what it brings to fighting games,
yeah,
but we spoke about fighting games in general and kind of like the up and down, and you know, we get this big title like a Tekken or you know, the other competitors out there, and then we kind of go to the low a little bit. So how important is Tekken to fighting games right now, and what we need to bring?
So, you know, just in general, we're kind of in this whole new generation of hardware, right? We got the X1, we got the PS4. So it's just a good time in general since we're going to see these new games come out on new platforms. For Tekken, you mentioned like this roller coaster ride with fighting games in general. Tekken's been historically one of the best-selling fighting games, you know, in the genre. And it's great to bring this game finally to kind of this new generation of fans as well as hardware. But you know, what we're kind of seeing now with kind of the trends with fighting games is that fans want more than just kind of a core like fighting experience. They also want like a full fleshed out like single player experience, which is, you know, why we're pushing story mode so hard in this game. And we've really kind of integrated in a special way where it goes from in-game cinematics to actual gameplay with a lot of dialogue between characters so you can really experience and feel that story and conflict.
So one of the cool things that you mentioned too is that, you know, you reach across teams almost, across titles within the Bandai Namco title, where you're learning things that work. And you just touched on story a bit. The Dragon Ball series, the Naruto series, brought that story, brought the extra, I guess, value, because maybe some players thought they weren't getting enough for their $60, let's say.
Yeah.
And how do you transition that and plug that into Tekken?
Yeah, so, you know, Dragon Ball and Naruto have awesome fan bases, right? And what makes those games so popular, obviously it's a fighting game at its core, but what really brings that game to life is the story mode, like being able to play the characters that you love, being able to experience the storyline. So that's what we're doing different in Tekken 7. We're really allowing the people to really jump into kind of, you know, this kind of Mishima saga and really kind of play out and experience like what's going on and how this final battle between Kazuya and Heihachi is actually going to go down.
And speaking of, there's another, looks like we have another big battle about to take place. And one of these two doesn't belong here.
Yes.
And it's Mr. Akuma. Now, speaking of, we have to say it, and I'm sure you've answered this question a million times at E3 this year.
I don't know what you're talking about. What are you talking about right now?
Everyone's wondering, whatever happened to Tekken Cross Street Fighter?
Never heard of it. I don't know what you're talking about. And have you guys heard of it? So, just kidding. So right now, you know, it's just probably not the best time. So development on Tekken Cross Street Fighter is actually on hold. So Capcom obviously put out Street Fighter 5 not too long ago. We're putting out Tekken 7 early 2017. So right now, it's just an ideal time frame for that game to come out. But, you know, it's still on our radar, but it's just on hold for now.
And speaking of, you mentioned one of the other fighting games, one of the other big pillars out there. Might have been a rough start for in terms of netcode, in terms of online play. You know, they did their whole beta thing. I guess that gave you guys the opportunity to take some notes and get ready. You mentioned that, you know, even your arcade play was kind of like a little beta for you.
Yeah, definitely, you know, like people, you know, don't have the opportunity in the US at least to play the arcade game, but it's been out in Japan for a while. And, you know, what people can see is that we're actually fine-tuning the game while it's in arcades. So when it finally comes out on console, you know, it's going to be polished, it's going to be tuned. So they can almost look at that as almost like a beta time period for the console version.
And what about actual netcode online?
So, you know, Tekken's had an amazing netcode, you know, even Tekken Tag 2. So people can expect that quality of a netcode for Tekken 7.
Beautiful. Now, we are expecting a 2017 launch. Fighting games usually have this fun little build-up. Can we expect similar, you know, reveals? Maybe more of Akuma's buddy showing up. Maybe some other story Tekken characters showing up.
All I can do is tease you guys, but let's just say that the character roster is not final, and we'll have some more, I guess, competitors entering the ring soon.
Nice, nice. Well, Mark, thank you so much, man. Guys, Tekken 7, looking amazing, playing amazing. We had a blast checking it out and beating each other up. You got to check this one out when it comes out, guys. Thank you for watching DualShockers TV, DualShockers.com, and we're out.